Welcome back to Real Talk. Remember, you can join the conversation via all our social media handles. The hashtag is #RealTalk. Let us know what your views, comments, and feedback are on the topic that we are discussing tonight, which is the reality of being pregnant and single. I want to introduce my next guest, Rita. Rita's story is a bit different. And Rita, welcome to the show. So you had a similar experience to the ladies who had shared their stories with us earlier, Alice and Sheila, but your outcome was very different. Maybe just walk us through that. How old were you when you got pregnant?
Nilikuwa nimeingia campus first year, and nilikuwa 19 then. And then there is this boy mwenye tulikuwa tunajuana from Akituli up and kuko in the same campus.
Mulikuwa mna study course moja ama different courses?
Not really a different course, but we had knew each other before.
How old was he?
He was 23 then.
And you were 18?
19.
19.
Yeah. So it was like, I mean, so tunafaa kuingia kwa relationship. Okay, it took some days, na ikakuwa like I have to do this because alikuwa too much persistence, and yeah.
When you say you have to do this, that means being intimate with him in the relationship.
Okay, like I too had really liked him because tulikuwa tumekaa sana na yeye, and I knew him as a good person. He was nice to me. Yeah.
He was your first boyfriend?
I think yes, he was. By then I was living alone. Alikuwa na kampuni salimia, and those who are in campus know things called sleepovers and stuff. Alikuwa na kam sleepover too. Pia mimi nilikuwa naenda kwake, alikuwa pia niishi solo. Yeah, and then tukakaa in our relationship for like 6 months there. And then, okay, I had some feelings that maybe I'm pregnant. I went, nikapima, nikapata yes, nikatafuta courage, nimwambie. I texted him, nikamwambia, you know what, I'm pregnant.
Kwa text?
Yeah. And he was like, oh no, let me just come tuende tupime na wewe. Then we went to Kapima, nikapata, yes, I'm pregnant. From there, akakuwa a totally different person from the person I knew.
Different kiaje?
Like, akanza kubehave weird, akanza kusema like, lately nimeanza kubehave weird pia mimi, so I didn't get it. Yeah, nika take it in, nikamuliza, so like unamaanisha this is not your ball ama, akaniambia he doesn't think so. So I was like, okay, so nikakaa peke yangu place, nikafikiria now what am I gonna do, because I knew how my parents will react to this, and two, sikuwa nataka kuambia pia. So I was like, okay, now how am I going to do it? Okay, I decided to tell my sister, my older sister, because I knew she was good and she could help me. Yeah. So bado nikasikia no, I'm not going to tell her right now. Acha kwanza nikaikae nijue what I'm going to do. By then I was so stressed, like sikuwa na idea kitu nitafanya. Telling my parents could be worse, could be hell. So mimi nikakaa for like 2 months. Niko na ball inaendelea kukua kubwa. I was stressed. Nilikuwa na depend on the pocket money that parents walikuwa wananitumia from home, and maybe my sister. Yeah, so like in the third month nikakaa pia sija gain courage ya kuongea na msis. So like nikakaa pia in the 4th month pia okay, there was this my best friend of mine, tunasoma na yeye pia the same course. Nikamuita kwangu, nikamwambia juu okay, definitely alikuwa anaona na nimechange lately, I'm not me, I'm living another totally different life. Yeah, so nikamuita akakam.
So she was the first person you told outside of your boyfriend that you're pregnant?
Yeah.
After 4 months?
Yeah. No, she told me, okay, I told her to help me out, and she told me that niambie sistangu, nisirush kuambia parents because I don't know what's going to happen next. In the 5th month, nikaongelesha sistangu, and the first thing nilimwambia satulimit me, don't tell mom this. So she was like, yes, I won't tell mom. Okay, like I know how she is and I know how she'll react, and she'll be like, I'm kind of useless. You get, how am I getting pregnant in 1st year even? So like, I told her the whole story. Okay, my sister knew the boy. He knew him still as a good person. Yeah, so like nikambia sistangu akani advise, akaniambia like usikuwe na stress, all gonna be well. But still nilikuwa na back in my mind nilikuwa I was thinking about my parents. I was thinking about my both parents, na pia nilikuwa na try kuona ni nini wataona about me still, unaona. Pia nilikuwa na like I was guilty because my sister tumeachana na almost 10 years na ajai kuwa na kind of story, na niko hapo, and then ndo mimi were messing everything.
So uliona kama umedisappoint familia yako?
Yeah, that was my first thought that came in my mind. So like si mimi okay, like sasa my ball was now 6 months, and niko hapo, like yeah, my sister could help me out bring up the baby, but still I didn't see it as a good thing. So like I was like maybe inaweza toa hii ball, na pia naona inaweza kuwa pia dangerous since iko 6 months. Then sasa sister yangu akaniambia like ni move in tushishi na yeye before things get worse. Nika move in tukaishi na sister yangu, and okay, by then sema like my body ilikuwa 7 months and stuff. I wish you could see me then. Nilikuwa nimeendelea tu vibaya.
You lost weight?
Everything, like weight, hata sura yangu ilikuwa imeanza kuchange. Nikaona like nikana kwa burden kwa sister yangu. Nikamwambia sister yangu, wacha let me go nishi karibu na shule nione nini na happen, kama okay ama naweza catch up na shule still. Sister yangu alikuwa like no, but still nika insist, akaniambia if you think it's well for you, do that and be responsible. Nikamwambia okay, nikatoka nikaenda. So hapo ni beshte tu yangu alikuwa anakuja, tunakaa na yeye, maybe tunashare some stories and stuff. Yeah. Me, I don't know what happened. I miscarried my baby and nikalala hosi, and at this point my parents knew nothing. It's only my older sister na sister yangu mwingine walijua. Even my brother didn't know about that. So nikalala hosi, my sister akakuja, alipigwa simu na bishta yangu from school, akakuja, nilikuwa tu shule bado. Yeah, waka take care of me, wakani encourage after niliget poa, wakaniambia nisichukue hiyo kaa bother.
And yeah. Your parents, did they know afterwards?
They didn't know. My sister decided to keep it a secret because hata ingekaa more worse wangejua. Yeah.
So today they still don't know?
They don't know.
But you're talking about it now?
Maybe someday I may think of telling them. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just rope in Patricia. Patricia is our resident counselor here on Real Talk. So Patricia, you've had so far 3 young girls sharing their stories. What would you make of it?
I don't want to start on the very bad side, but I want to tell you it is well. We all make mistakes at some point of our lives. Rita, there's a time for everything. You are in school to study. Do that. Relationships, leave them aside. To any girl out there who is just about to get into a relationship and you've just gone to college, kindly don't. Both boys and girls. This is not only for the girls, but for the girls, the consequences are more.
Obviously.
So you need to be more careful. For your case, I'm trying still to figure it out.
Alice Sheila.
Yes, because she lived with a man. And you said you lived with a man whose parents were not ready to accept you, or so to speak. Why would you live with such a man? You don't have a future with that man. That was sign number 1 for you to run away. Because if his parents will not accept you, then it means hautawaienda kwao. For your case, it's a little tricky because I'm still trying to understand the whole thing. I think, Tabima, you will ask a little more questions so that we are able to understand. Because okay. I don't know if this guy is a deadbeat, really. Because he really wanted to be part of his baby. I still don't understand, because why would you go to bed with a man you don't love, with a man you're not ready to commit with?
Maybe, let me give Sheila a chance here. Sheila, because you say the guy was in the picture when you gave birth. So how did he move from being in the picture to being a deadbeat?
I don't think deadbeat is a very good term to use. The thing that I think the red flags that came up for me especially were the motives he had to be in my life at that point. You see, his were more like ultimatums, because he would be like, no, you have to come live with me. I don't want to be giving money to you so that you can use it on your mother. And you see things like that. Because at that point, like when I found out I was pregnant, it was just more logical for me to move back home, so that I can be better taken care of, because I was working at the moment. And when you work very odd hours, you don't make meals and all that. So I moved back in with my mother. Then that became a problem. He's not in Isla's life simply because we got to a point. I told him, fine, you want us to live together? We have to build a relationship. We have to start from zero. It can't just be, we are not together, then we live together. You see, we have to, first of all, rebuild trust. Because we had begun to be in a relationship. And I think both of us contributed to the reason why we are not in a relationship at the moment. So it's important for us to have a basis for this relationship. We don't want to move in together or get married and end up being roommates, you see, or end up in a situation where we present one picture to everyone else, and inside the house we have hell. We built this system so that we could co-parent until we form a relationship. So at first it was, he wouldn't come to see her at all for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and I'd call him and be like, you haven't been around for 2 weeks. He's like, no, I'll send you money. No, let me fix something, I'll send you money. And I'm like, I'm not asking you to send me money, I'm asking you to see your child, you see. Then he'd be like, okay, Sawa, I'll come, but you live far. Then I'd be like, okay, it's fine, but I lived here because it's more convenient, because it's a closed neighborhood, it's safe, there are other children, it's a good environment to raise the child in. And he lives, where he lived, I think where he still lives now, it wasn't good, it wasn't a really good place. And even when we talked about him moving and all that, because those were the things that we were talking to about, when we get there, we're going to have to move. When we'd always communicate. So he would text me and he'd be like, how is she? And I'm like, she? You mean the baby? Yeah, how is she? And I'm like, she's okay. They'd be like, okay, sawa. Then we wouldn't talk for another 3 days or 4 days. And it started resonating in my head, because you want me to move in with you, but you're not willing to make an effort to be present. Because me and you are one thing. You and your daughter are a completely other story, you see.
So he stopped being present, he stopped contributing.
First he stopped being present completely, not completely, gradually. Then it got to a point where I was like, no, this can't be allowed, you see. So I physically used to carry myself, take the baby, get an Uber, go to his house, be like, she's your child, you have to see her, okay? It can't be, because I told him, my daughter does not need a bank, she needs a father. So it's either you're present, because it's your presence that's going to raise her as much as the money is going to raise her.
Right.
Because I don't want her to have questions that I can't honestly answer, because you're there or you're not there, you see. And him dealing with his responsibilities, that was okay, but I also wanted him to be in her life, to participate, okay? So after that, I made that effort. I used to go, make sure he's in the child at least every 2 Saturdays in a month. I even divided it up. I was like, every 2 Saturdays we'd come, we'd go see him, or every Saturday we'd go see him. Then all of a sudden I'd call him and be like, next Saturday we're coming. He's like, no, I'm busy. So it continued like that. It continued deteriorating like that until now the responsibilities that he was shouldering, he stopped completely. No warning, no discussion, he just stopped. So it put me in a predicament, because I was shouldering majority of the responsibility, and now it became more difficult, because even when he'd call I think every 2 weeks, and he'd be like, mtoto akwaje, you see, and I'd be like, you realize she has a name? Because it got to a point he'd gone 2 months without saying her name. He'd ask me, how is she? Mtoto akwaje? Anaendeleaje, you see.
Does he know her name today?
He gave her first name, you see. So it was an issue with me, because if you tell me you want us to live together, if you tell me you want us to be a unit, but you're not willing to put in the work, because the fact of the matter is that we did not have a proper foundation when this child was conceived.
Absolutely.
we do not have the proper structure to take care of this child as a unit. So why not build on that? Then we can take care of this child. So when it got to that point, that's when he disappeared from the system.
Okay,
Yeah.
and we'll take another quick break. When we come back, still more here on Real Talk, the reality of being single and pregnant.